So Joe Beaver getting moved back 1 row for not keeping the pace on the start. That'll put Davey Heskin on the point. Down the back straightaway now, 2 by 2, and nose to tail once again. Don Drow Jr. and now Davey Heskin on the front row as we get set to go again here in heat race number 1. A little trouble getting this one out of the gate. Hopefully the 4th time is a charm. 8 laps will be the distance as they come around turns 3 and 4, looking for a green flag this time off of turn 4. Joe Beaver in that second row dropping back nearly to the tail here on the start, but your leaders take off down the front straightaway. Don Drow Jr. into turn number 2, the race leader down the back chute now as Davey Heskin rides in the 2nd spot. Jack Hodenshield running 3rd. Clint Garner moves up into the 4th position. Casey Fredrickson rounding out your top 5. Single file, the top 5 cars race off in turn number 4. Matt Morrow running in the 6th position now. He'll go to the inside of Fredrickson in turn number 2. Morrow moves up and now here comes Clint Garner. Battle in the 3rd spot. Garner to the inside of Hodenshield. They nearly touch going into turn 3. Garner holds the bottom now, slides up to turn number 4. He'll ride the 4th spot down the first straightaway. Don Drow Jr. still the race leader. Davey Heskin running in the 2nd spot. Jack Hodenshield running 3rd. Clint Garner up to the top side of the racetrack now in that 4th and final transfer spot. On the outside looking in is Matt Morrow, the car number 2M. Now again the battle for 3rd in turn 1. Hod goes to the bottom. Garner from the top of turn 1 down to the bottom of turn number 2. A big run down the back sheet now. Garner moving by for 3rd. Clint Garner gets a bit of insurance here in heat race number 1. He'll move up into the 3rd spot. Hod goes back to 4th. Matt Morrow still running in the 5th spot. Battle for 6th now. Casey Fredrickson and Joe Beaver. Fredrickson on the bottom in the car number 20. Joe Beaver, the 53 on the outside, down the back straightaway. Joe Beaver moves up into the 6th position now in turn number 3. Your leader still Don Drow Jr. as they work by the flag stand. 5 laps in the books, 3 to go. Davey Heskin running 2nd. Clint Garner 3rd. Here comes Matt Morrow knocking on the door. Jack Hodenshield. He'll shut the door going to the bottom of turn number 3. Hod holding on to the 4th and final transfer spot. Matt Morrow again taking a look. Tip of the green. 2 to go. 2 laps to go for your leader. Drow down the back straightaway. Garner trying to close in here as they come around for the white flag on Davey Heskin. Davey Heskin sees the white flag here and knows Clint Garner is closing quickly in the 2nd spot. Here he comes, taking a look at turn 1. Your leader all alone down the back straightaway for the final time. Don Drow Jr. high, wide, and handsome coming off of turn number 4, and he will pick up heat race number 1. Battle for 2nd off turn 4. It will go to Davey Heskin. Clint Garner will finish in the 3rd spot. Jack Hodenshield hanging on to the 4th and final transfer spot.
All right, heat race number 1 winner, Don Drow Jr. Started on the front row. A bit tricky there with all the restarts, but in the end you got it done. You got it done with good fashion.
Yeah, I have to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for this opportunity and this beautiful day, and also have to thank the Osh brothers for bringing me up here. I haven't been back here in a year, so it's kind of cool to be back. I thought we might be in trouble on those starts, but I was trying to go as slow as I possibly could. Guess it just worked out.
We're looking good out there, and I wish you best luck for tonight.
Thank you.
Fellow Motors pace truck down into the infield. Look for the green flag to fly this time. Off the exit of turn number 4, again, the first chalk line. That is where they can pick up the pace. The race begins at the 2nd line. Russ Hall on the pole of this one as they come to the drop of the green, and we're underway. Russ Hall may have set the pace, but Calvin Landis is going to roll the outside to the race lead as they bolt to the back straightaway. Landis up into the top spot right now. Battle on the racetrack going to be for the 3rd spot. The 44 machine right now has it, trying to hold on to it off of turn number 4. That is going to be Chris Martin. Martin holding on to 3rd. Brooke Daniel running in 4th. John Hagan right now running at your top 5 and under pressure for Tasker Phillips. Phillips in the 7W machine trying to make something happen off of turn number 2. Rolls top shelf, but will come up empty though as they roll into turns 3 and 4. Your leader down to the front straightaway. It is Calvin Landis in 10. Landis out of Knoxville, Iowa. Driving the whale wheels, Ostrich J&J number 10 Machine. Battle for the third spot, give it to Brooke Tatnall. Tatnall in the 25, working around the 44. Chris Martin now. Martin back to the 4th spot. Tatnall picking up a prelim win here in the 360 Nationals in 2012. We'll roll down the back straightaway. Next driver in line will be Russ Hall in the 29 Machine. Out front, though, stretching his advantage in this one, it will be Calvin Landis, his advantage right now as he completes lap number 4, 2.379 seconds over Russ Hall. Brooke Tatnall still running in the 3rd spot. Chris Martin running in 4th. Tasker Phillips right now shown in 5th. In 6th is John Hagan. Jason Sowald in 7th. Willie Croft, Kyle Bellum, and John Anderson currently rounding out your running order as we're 5 laps deep into this 8-lap heat race number 2. It continues to be Landis by a long way here, 3.012 seconds, just about a straightaway over the 29 of Russ Hall as your field single file to the back straightaway, your leader to the front straightaway. This time it will be 2 laps remaining in this one. White flag set to fly next time by for Landis. 3.600 seconds, that is the advantage between 1st and 2nd, right at a full straightaway as your leader off the high side of turn number 4 to the white flag. One more time around the Knoxville Raceway for Calvin Landis. Russ Hall still sitting in 2nd. Battle on the racetrack right now to be in the top 5. John Hagan trying to take it away for the 7W Tasker Phillips. He's got it. John Hagan up into the 5th spot now as your leader will round turn number 4 for the final time in this one. Checkered flag is out. Calvin Landis dominating heat race number 2. Russ Hall will cross in 2nd. Brooke Tatnall in 3rd. Chris Martin in 4th. John Hagan holds on to 5th. Tasker Phillips will cross in 6th. Jason Sowald, Willie Croft, Kyle Bellum, and John Anderson.
All right, we're here with heat race number 2 winner, Calvin Landis. You had a great jump on the car. You went out, you qualified a bit late though, but you still put out a decent time, and now you just won your heat with flying colors.
Yeah, we're just trying to make up every point that we can. Our qualifying effort definitely hurt. After hot laps, we were the fastest car on the racetrack out of every car that hit the track, but unfortunately the track slowed way up and nobody qualified fast on the back row.
Other than going out late, how's the car feeling right now?
The car feels pretty good. We need to make a few more adjustments so that we can get a little bit faster, but I think that we can charge forward in the main.
We're looking great, and I wish you best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. The Bella Motors pace truck to the infield. Wally Price behind the wheel. Getting ready to go to the green flag as they come through turns 3 and 4. Rager Phillips bringing them off turn 4. Jacked over on the outside of the front row. Green flag wave. Down into turn 1. Jacked over, squeezing hard on Phillips at the bottom. Oh, and then Billy Alley nearly getting together with another car in turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Dover takes the lead going into the bottom of turn number 3. Rager Phillips running in that 2nd spot. Billy Alley racing 3rd. Off at turn number 4, Carson McCarroll rides in the 4th spot as your races for the lead. Phillips slides up across turn number 2 to take the lead from Dover. Dover back to the outside. Phillips on the inside, Dover on the high side. Rager Phillips continues to lead off at turn 4. Jack Dover right there running in the 2nd spot, but now to battle for 3rd down the first straightaway. Billy Alley on the inside. Here comes Carson McCarroll. Carson McCarroll putting the whip to her on the outside of turn 2. Down the back straightaway, McCarroll shuts the door on Billy Alley. He'll take the 3rd spot in turn number 4. Dover still looking on the lead as they work into turn number 1. Rager Phillips, your race leader, the car number 9P. Jack Dover running 2nd, Carson McCarroll 3rd. Billy Alley now racing in the 4th spot. Seth Bergman up to 5th. Here comes Bergman now knocking on the door of Alley. Slide job, got it. He'll take the transfer spot. Here comes Alley back to the inside. Not enough by the flag stand. Bergman holds on to the transfer as they go into turn number 2. Billy Alley now running 5th. Sam Haferteam Jr. running in the 6th spot. Down the back chute, Kaylee Garst running 7th, and Chris Morgan in the 8th position. Back up front, your leader still Rager Phillips. Jack Dover continues to work the bottom side of the racetrack with 5 car lengths, now 8 down the back straightaway, separating the first 2 cars. Carson McCarroll racing in that 3rd spot. Seth Bergman holding on to the transfer position, but Billy Alley taking a look again in turn number 4. Billy Alley not done yet. Billy wants into the feature through the heat race. He'll look to the inside of Seth Bergman in turn number 2. The top 4 cars transfer on right now. Seth Bergman has it. Billy Alley in the car from land 3A goes to the inside of turn 3, taking a look again. Now 4 as the white flag flies. Final time down the back straightaway for Rager Phillips, but keep your eye on the transfer spot down the back straightaway. Here comes Billy Alley within 2 car lengths going into turn number 3. Rager Phillips will get the heat race win. Who's going to get the transfer spot? Here comes Alley off of turn 4. It's going to go to Seth Bergman. Seth Bergman hanging on to the 4th and final transfer spot. That was a good one. Rager Phillips gets the heat race win. Jack Dover comes home 2nd. Carson McCarl 3rd. Seth Bergman picking up that 4th and final transfer spot.
All right, we're here with heat race number 3 winner, Rager Phillips. He drove a really good race out there, and I'm liking the car scheme right now.
Yeah, it looks pretty much like Sawyer's with a little bit of duct tape on it. So we're just out there to get some laps, get the fuel back under the cars. So felt pretty good there. Dover got a little bit of a jump on me, but I was able to just get up on top, collect it, and then pull a slider down here in 1 and 2. So I think after that I walked away with it, but I don't know for sure.
You did walk away, and if you need any help, you're just asking Sawyer, right?
That's for sure. He's the crew chief tonight.
All right, you're looking good, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Yes.
Getting ready to boogie right now for turn number 4. Johnny Herrera, Harley White on your front row. Randy Hannigan, Dale Blaney for number 2. Dusty Zomer, John Carney the 2nd. Joe Wood Jr., Alex Hill, Evan Martin, Alan Zoot. Here we go. Alex Hill unfortunately not able to make the call in this heat race after damage following her attempt at qualifying. Problems right now for the Buffalo Wild Wings number 82. Somebody just clipped the wings on that machine. As he will roll slow off the exit of turn at number 2. The caution lights will blink on around the Knoxville Raceway.
Dusty has joined the tail of the field here, so it looks like maybe everything's okay. But if you look on the back of Hannigan's car, there on the camera screen, you can see the push bumper and the fuel tank maybe a little damaged there, but the push bumper pushed down on that 22H car.
Nevertheless, Zomer very lucky he did not actually crawl the left rear tire on Hannigan's number 22, just contact with the tail tank on that machine as we stack them up and get ready to try it again. 8 trips around the Marion County half-mile. Herrera and White on your front row. Here we go. Drag race into turns 1 and 2. We'll see who comes out of the race lead. It'll be the 2-time Knoxville Raceway track champion, Johnny Herrera, and the 45 jumping out to the race lead. Harley White right now running in 2nd. Keep your eye on the 1H of Dale Blaney, though, as he'll close the gap on the inside line up the 17W. Look out! Hannigan just went around, and Zomer just about met him again. Randy Hannigan losing the handle on that machine over in turn number 4, and guess who was barreling down on him? Blaney side by side with Joe Wood Jr. in that 2nd row. Then it's Evan Martin, then it's John Carney the 2nd. Then it's Zomer, then Zoot, then Hannigan as we get ready to go again. Off and running once again your field into turns 1 and 2. Johnny Herrera again jumps out to the race lead. Harley White running in 2nd. Dale Blaney running in 3rd. Joe Wood Jr. now under pressure from John Carney the 2nd. That'll be the battle for the final transfer spot here into turns 3 and 4. Joe Wood around the bottom. John Carney the 2nd up to the high side. It'll be Carney with the run down the front straightaway into 4th. Up in the 2nd in front of them. It's the 1H of Dale Blaney getting around the Charlie's trucking number 17W of Harley White as they're side by side again for the 4th spot. Joe Wood Jr. not giving up that easily as now Carney has to slam the door on him in return number 3. Joe Wood Jr. all kinds of upset around the racetrack, gathers it back up, and now that allows Dusty Zomer to close in. Zomer trying to get up into a transfer spot here right now, riding in 5th, as up front the battle for the race lead is brewing. The 45X of Johnny Herrera being stalked right now by the 1H of Dale Blaney. Blaney around the bottom, Herrera up to the high side. As they round turn number 4, it will be Herrera holding on to the race lead as he completes lap number 3. Pass for the final transfer spot. Now Zomer up into the 4th spot as Herrera with Dale Blaney all over his back bumper. Swaps line into turn 3 and 4. Takes it to the bottom again. Slides it out to the high side. Now Blaney going to dive in the corner. Exits low off the exit of turn number 4 as he continues to ride in 2nd. 2/10 of a second back for Johnny Herrera. Blaney with a big run though off the exit of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Battle for the race lead this time into turns 3 and 4. It will be Blaney down to the bottom side. outside. Herrera up to the high side through turns 3 and 4. Who will have the race lead this time? It will be Dale Blaney at the line. Dale Blaney in the GoMuddy.com number 1A jumping to the race lead. Johnny Herrera falls to second. Harley White running to third. Dusty Zomer in fourth. John Carter the second and fifth. Randy Hannigan right now running at sixth. And it's Joe Wood Jr., Evan Martin, and Alan Zoot rounding out your running order. Battle back for the 45X, trying to get back to the top spot. Denied. It will be Blaney holding on to it with 2 to go now. It is Blaney, Herrera, Harley White, Zomer, and Carney. Zomer tagged the inside berm just a little bit. That's going to allow the 11X to close the gap just a little bit. That'll be the battle for the final transfer spot here as they come around to the white flag one more time around. Zomer has it, but Carney wants to take it away. As they work into turns 3 and 4, Zomer around the bottom looking for some insurance here, trying to get around the 17W Harley White here in the closing lap. As they work down the back straightaway, your leaders to the front straightaway. Checkered flag will fly this time. Dale Blaney will get the win. Johnny Herrera crossing in second. Harley White holds on to third at the line. Dusty Zomer in fourth. John Carter the second and fifth. Randy Hannigan will cross in sixth. Seventh will go to Joe Wood Jr. Eighth to Evan Martin.
All right, we're here. Heat race winner Dale Blaney put on the race of the night so far, and right now your points are looking pretty good as well.
Yeah, not bad. We had a late draw and really made something out of it. Qualified 14th and needed to win that heat. I don't know where we're going to be. I think we're going to be in the top 8 somewhere and start somewhere towards the front of this feature. Even if we're not, it's good to make laps here. I got 20 in the A here, and some tomorrow night, some Sunday. So it's good to come here and make some laps.
And how's your 360 car feeling right now?
Feels really good. Hopefully my 410 feels as good as this thing's handling right now. So we'll see. I think we've learned some stuff. I don't know. I feel pretty confident right now. Hopefully, the track's not going to change a ton, a little bit, but we'll see what we got.
All right. Well, you're looking great out there, and I wish you best of luck.
Thank you, bud.
Just about set to go as the Pella Motors pace truck pulls in on the back straightaway. We get set to go. Yellow lights are off. Billy Butler setting the pace as they work around turns 3 and 4. Coming to the white line. Green flag. Justin Sanders on the outside of Billy Butler as they're racing in turn number 2, and Sanders will lead down the back straightaway. Here comes Jamie Veal. Veal tried high, got stopped, went to the bottom. Butler shut him off. Now he'll settle in that third spot as they work off of turn 4. Lap number 1 will go to Justin Sanders. Here comes Jamie Veal now to the inside. Look at him go. He'll move right up into the second spot now as Justin Sanders leads him down the back chute. Billy Butler falls back to the third spot. Brian Brown running fourth now to the inside. Oh, he nearly gets together. He'll split as they work off of turn 4 and bring Wayne Johnson with him. Wayne Johnson not done with Brian Brown. He'll look to the inside for third. Got it. He'll take third in turn 2. Now Brown back to the inside. Great battle for the third spot. Brian Brown now moving back by on the inside to take the third spot in turn number 4 as they work down the first straightaway. Jamie Veal now closing in on your leader. Your race is for the lead in turn number 2. Down the back chute, Justin Sanders continues to lead. Here comes Wayne Johnson tapping Brian Brown going into turn number 3. Wayne Johnson wants the third spot. Brownie says no. He'll look to the inside off of turn 4, and your race is for the lead in turn 1. Here comes Jamie Veal. Slides up across turn 2 to take the lead. Down the back chute now, Sanders reeling him into turn number 3. He'll look to the inside. Looking low in turn 4. Veal on the high side. Sanders down low. Jamie Veal leading now the Indy Race Parts car number 71. Sanders running in the second spot. Brian Brown running third. Wayne Johnson holding on to the fourth and final transfer spot. Lee Groves running in the 5th position. Blake Hahn, McKenna Hassey, Billy Butler, Neumeister, and Riggins round out the field. Back up front, only the top 4 cars will move on. 2 laps to go. 2 to go for your leader, Jamie Veal, the car number 71, leading down the back chute. Justin Sanders still running second. Brian Brown trying to close in here in the closing laps. This time by, the white flag's out. 1 lap to go. Final time for Jamie Veal. Brian Brown trying hard to get the second spot away as they work into turn number 2. He'll close within 3 car lengths down the back straightaway. Time is running out. Through turns 3 and 4. Here comes Brown looking for second off turn 4. Jamie Veal gets the win, and Brian Brown will come home second. Justin Sanders finishes third as they come across the line. and Wayne Johnson picking up that 4th and final transfer spot.
All right, we're here with final heat race winner, Jamie Veal. You put up a heck of a fight last week in the 360 class, and now you're taking home a heat race in the Nationals.
Yeah, it's a good start tonight. We didn't time trial that well with 15th place, so for where we went out, it wasn't really that good. So we needed to get every point we could there in the heat race. So hopefully that puts us somewhere decent in the invert.
And right now you're going to sit right on that bubble from either starting 1st or 8th. What's going through your head right now?
Just wait and see. There's not much we can do about it. So we should get in that feature and make a few spots up if we're down there, or if we're up front, stay up front.
All right, well, you're looking good and make the Aussies proud.
Cheers, thanks.
All right, just about set to go as the Pella Motors pace truck pulls to the infield. Your 8-lap C main getting set to go to the green as Josh Riggins and Alex Hill will sit on the front row. Chris Krug reporting the front end change on Alex Hill's car just prior to this C main event. Just about ready to go as they come around turns 3 and 4 to the white line. Looking, green. John Schultz brings him off turn 4, and we're underway. Alex Hill not getting up to speed. Look out, coming down the front chute. Green stays out as they roll down the back straightaway. Alex Hill pulls to the infield. John Schultz will lead lap number 1. Kyle Bellum running in the 2nd spot in the car number 14K as the top 2 begin to pull away down the back straightaway. Logan Forler racing 3rd. John Anderson, a little smoke off of that car, running in the 4th spot. Here comes Alan Zoot now to the outside. Alan Zoot trying to make it into the transfer. He'll go 4 wheels over the cushion, exiting turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, Phil Walter moves up to 6th now, looking at Zoot as they work into turn number 2. Your leader still, the car number 99 of John Schultz. He'll lead off the top side of turn number 4. Kyle Bellum still running in the 2nd spot. Logan Forler, 3rd battle for the transfer spot now. Down the front, shooting to turn 1. John Anderson on the inside. Here comes Alan Zoot. Alan Zoot rides the cushion in turn number 2. He's got it down the back straightaway. Alan Zoot stays on the cushion to take the 4th and final transfer spot. Anderson on the bottom side of the racetrack now falls back in line, running 5th. The top 4 cars transferring on to the back of tonight's B main event. Alan Zoot gets up over the cushion, allows John Anderson to close in down the back chute. Zoot holding on to 4th as they race into turns 3 and 4 now. John Anderson again looking low. He'll slide up across turn 4 to the middle of the racetrack. Down the front chute, keep your eye on the battle for the transfer spot. Your leader, John Schultz, up on the top side of the speedway through turn number 4 now, starting to pull away from Kyle Bellum in that 2nd spot. Just over halfway home, 4 laps remain here in this one. So this race 10 laps and not 8. This is a 10-lap affair as they work into turn number 1. John Schultz, still your leader, but he's caught up in traffic. Here comes Kyle Bellum, racing for the lead. Schultz now gets by the lap car. Kyle Bellum closing in, stays right there as they work to the top side of the racetrack. Down the front straightaway, Logan Forler racing in the 3rd position as they go into turn number 1. Alan Zoot holding on to the 4th and final transfer spot now in that car number 33. Down the back chute, your leader still, John Schultz. Kyle Bellum doing all he can to reel him in as the white flag's out. 1 lap to go. Battle back in the pack. That will be the race for the 6th position. Off of turn 4 down the front chute, DJ Neto to the inside of John Anderson for position. But back up front, your leader working through the top side of turn 4 for the final time. The twin checkers will wave and John Schultz gets the win. Kyle Bellum comes home 2nd, Logan Forler 3rd, and Alan Zoot will get the 4th and final transfer spot.
Hey guys, we're going green right now, but right now, Egan's saying the car just died. He has no idea what happened right now with the car. Just came in, stopped all of a sudden, car is dead. Looking for any mechanical issues or engineering issues under the hood right now.
Thank you very much, Chris, as we're ready to go green this time off the exit of turn number 4. Side by side, we'll see if the start stands. as Tasker Phillips will take off into the race lead. Carney in second now will drop to third. Matt Morrow, look out! Hasse upside down over in turns 1 and 2. Red lights blink on around the Knoxville Raceway. McKenna Hasse out of Des Moines, Iowa, getting her ART chassis. Iowa Select Farms number 55, upside down and back upright over in turn number 1. Safety crew is already on scene.
Well, good news from turn number 1. McKenna is talking with the rescue crew over there. And so, race fans, it's time for the Tasty Pizza Red Flag. One Mafia Road going to get 8 fresh pizzas from Casey's Pizza.
As the caution lights have gone down, 12 laps the distance. Again, 4 drivers advancing on into tonight's preliminary A main event. As the field will tighten up into turn 3, look for the green this time into turn number 4. In the hands of Justin Clark, we're underway. Your field barreling off into turns 1 and 2. We'll see if everybody makes it through clean and green. We do. Down the back straightaway. It will be Tasker Phillips up into the race lead for the time being. John Carney the second, sitting in that second spot, trying to close in on lap number 1. Billy Alley running in third right now. The 2M of Matt Morrow sits in the final transfer spot. He's under fire for the 15H of Sam Haverteep Jr. though. Haverteep around the bottom, losing ground. Morrow with a big run to the outside. He grabs away third for the 3A of Billy Alley. Alley falling back to fourth now. Haverteep in fifth. Joe Beaver giving chase as he runs in the sixth spot. Sitting in seventh right now, the 31B is Sheldon Honshield. In eighth, it's Randy Hannigan. Ninth is going to be the 7M of Kaylee Garson. It's going to be Jason Sowald running at your top 10. As we go back up in the front of the field, he continues to build his advantage here. Tasker Phillips last time, 7/10 of a second between he and the Lubbock Record Service number 11 exit, John Carney the second. Matt Morrow still sitting in third. Billy Alley in fourth. Your top 4 drivers distancing themselves from the rest of the running order is Alley trying to get the run down to the inside of the KC General Store number 2M. They bolt in the back straightaway. Only a car length separate those 2 drivers, and they swap lines into turns 3 and 4. Bottom to top, top to bottom. Here we go. Morrow around the bottom side of turns 3 and 4. Alley that time to the high side as both drivers will run the cushion into turns 1 and 2. Haverteep trying to close the gap in fifth. Joe Beaver to the high side in sixth now with a run to the back straightaway. Gets a couple of car lengths away from the 15H's problems here on the front straight with the 20 of Fredrickson. Takes it down and onto the apron and down to the pit area as he'll be done in this B main as Tasker Phillips 1.220 seconds. That is the advantage right now over John Carney the second. Matt Morrow, Billy Alley, Sam Haverteep Jr. still your top 5. Joe Beaver running in 6. Randy Hannigan, Sheldon Honshield, Kaylee Garson, Blake Hahn now into the top 10 at 52. As your leaders completing lap number 6, Carney still trailing by 1.117 seconds as drivers slowing in to the bottom side of turn number 3. That looks to be the 99 and John Scholes. It is. Scholes slowing down around the apron of the Knoxville Raceway. We'll see if the green light stays on as he'll try to limp his way down into the pit area. So far, it looks like he's going to make it as your leaders completing lap number 7, just past the halfway point in this B main as Scholes takes it down into the pit area. We stay clean, we stay green. It continues to be the 7 of Tasker Phillips showing the way. Phillips working around slower cars right now. Zoot has gone a lap down. The 4M of Evan Martin has gone a lap down. Carney trailing by half a straightaway in that second spot. The 2M of Matt Morrow still sitting in third. Billy Alley still riding in that final transfer spot. Sam Haverteep Jr. has closed in a little bit though as they work into turns 1 and 2. Haverteep now right around the bottom of the racetrack. The Ironwood Builders number 3 working up to the high side, continues to fend off the charge of the current ASCS national points leader as they work into turns 3 and 4, coming around to complete lap number 9. It is Alley over Haverteep right now. Haverteep 1 spot shy of a transfer behind them. Joe Beaver going after the 22H of Randy Hannigan. Hannigan has the position for the time being. Joe Beaver working the high side though, trying to build momentum. He will be denied down the back straightaway as we have less than 2 to go. This time white flag will fly for your race leader. It continues to be Tasker Phillips in 7. Phillips mired in slower traffic right now. A pair of lap cars right in front of him. The 2L of Logan Fuller in the 81A of Morgan. They will run it out to the high side, and that will allow the bottom side open for your race leader. Look out, though. The 81A of Chris Morgan just went up into the wall. The caution flag displayed rather than the checkered. Coming up at turn number 4 for the final time, only to see the caution lights blink on the 81A of Chris Morgan out of Topeka, Kansas. Hopped the cushion into return number 3, bounced it off the wall a little bit as the Midwest Specialty Flooring. Al Parker, maximum number 81A, comes to a rest, and the caution flag flies. set to fly. Knoxville Raceway scoring pylon showing one more trip around to the green. Matt Morrow going to try to get the run of Carney to the inside, trying to get the run of the race leader. Carney trying to hold on to second now. Matt Morrow with a run down to the bottom side, has the runner respond to the back straightaway as they'll come around this time, white flag in hand. One more trip around the Knoxville Raceway, scoring pylon corrected. 2 to go, now 1 to go, as it will be Tasker Phillips, Matt Morrow, John Carney II, and Billy Alley. Those are the 4 drivers in transfer spots right now, as they will bolt down the back straightaway. Morrow running out of time if he wants to get a B-main win here tonight. He will roll it down to the bottom side, but off the cushion and on the gas, he will get the B-main win here tonight. It's Tasker Phillips in 7. Matt Morrow crossing in 2nd, John Carney II in 3rd. Billy Alley holds on to 4th over Sam Haverty Jr. in 5th. Randy Hannigan in 6th, Blake Hahn in 7th, Joe Beaver in 8th.
Just about set to go. They roll down the back straightaway, 20 laps to the finish. Night number 2, getting ready to go to the green flag. Jamie Veal setting the pace. Dale Blaney on the outside of the front row. Justin Clark with the green flag in his hand, getting ready to turn them loose as they come off of turn 4. Green flag waves.
Jamie Veal's going to jump out the race into the 88 race parts, number 71. Blaney falling to 2nd. Look out, driver into the wall and upside down hard. Flip over in turns 1 and 2.
Chris Martin getting upside down to bring out the red flag in the car number 44. So the red coming out, and apparently Wayne Johnson. Is that Wayne Johnson there?
Looks like Wayne got a little bit of contact in that. You see a lot of damage on the right side of the top wing as the Outlaw Wing City Mini number 2C will work it down into the pit area. The crew making their way out now.
Interestingly enough, Brian, when the red flag comes out, that means all cars are supposed to stop on the speedway, and apparently Wayne Johnson not recognizing that rule here tonight.
Did not get the memo.
20 laps the distance here as we get ready to go. The Pella Motors pace truck's in. The yellow lights are off. Jamie Veal sets the pace. Dale Blaney on the outside of the front row. Brooke Tatnall looking on the inside of row 2 with Davey Heskin alongside of him. Nose to tail and 2x2, a tight bundle of cars coming through turn number 4 to the green.
Good start this time. Jamie Veal again going to jump out to the race lead. The GoBuddy.com number 1 H going to fall to that 2nd spot. Here we go for the 3rd spot. They'll try to make it 3 wide. Brian Brown looked for the center. Thought better of it though as they bolt to the back straightaway.
He and Dusty Zomer nearly got together coming down the front sheet. Now here comes Hodenshield to the inside. Tatnall slides up across Brian Brown. A 3-car battle for the 4th spot off of turn 4.
Down to the front straightaway. Caution flying around the Knoxville Raceway. Drivers slowing. That is John Carney II in 11.
Well, the battle with Brian Brown. First of all, we're going to back up to the start here. Brian Brown and Dusty Zomer. Dusty nearly got the front end driven over as they went into turn number 1.
As we're set to try it again. 20 times around the Knoxville Raceway. We'll see if the 3rd time is indeed a charm. Watch them this time as they work into turn 3. Starting point exiting turn number 4. They can pick up the pace at the first cone. The race begins at the 2nd cone. Veal on the gas. The green flag flies off at turn number 4. We're underway once again.
A great start by Jamie Veal as he takes him down into the inside of turn number 1. Dale Blaney on the top side. Here comes Brooke Tatnall. Will bobble a little, but takes the 2nd spot down the back chute. Now Clint Garner and Brian Brown on the move as well.
That'll be the battle for the 4th spot. Garner slams the door on Brian Brown. Brown has to take it all the way up the racetrack, and he finds the 40 of Clint Garner right there. Garner able to clear the 21 is now. He'll set sights on the 56 of Heskin. Down to the bottom side, drops the 40.
He'll look to the inside of turn number 2, take the 4th spot away. Heskin, then Brian Brown, but down the back straightaway. Here comes Dale Blaney. Blaney reeling in Brooke Tatnall for the 2nd spot on the high side. Now 1 car went off the bottom right to the bottom of turn number 4. You're races for second as they go into turn one.
Both drivers diving to the bottom. Blaney instead gonna slide it up across the racetrack as he grabs the cushion and bolts to the back straightaway. Tattle holds on to the second spot. Problems here for Billy Alley. The Carpet Land number 3 out of Benton, Nebraska, done early here tonight as Jamie Veal off and running.
Keep your eye on the battle in the 4th spot right now. Davey Heskin has it. Here comes Brian Brown to the outside. He'll take a look as they go into turn number 2. Car slowing. Hodenshield, he'll pull to the infield. Please stay green.
A lot of steam and smoke coming out of the headers on the 34 Double D. Unfortunately, engine trouble for Hodenshield as it continues to be Jamie Veal, your race leader. Brooke Tattle with Dale Blaney continuing to stalk here for that second spot. Then it's going to be the 56 Davey Heskin with Brian Brown all over him now as Brown rolls to the high side of turns 1 and 2.
Dale Blaney to the inside. He'll take second in turn number 3. Tattle down to the 3rd spot. Here comes Brian Brown up on the outside of the racetrack. Heskin down low as they work off of turn 4. Davey Heskin in the car number 56 has the 4th spot. Here comes Tattle again to the inside. In turn number 2, battle for second.
Dale Blaney able to hold on to the position. Brooke Tattle continuing to run in 3rd. In 4th continues to be Davey Heskin. Brian Brown right now running at your top 5. Clint Garner running in 6th. Dusty Zomer finds himself in 2nd. Jack Dover in 8th, 9th right now as they roll up the turn at number 4 is going to be the 10 of Calvin Landis with the 23 of Seth Bergman currently running at your top 10.
Jamie Veal has the wick turned up and the kite string out as they race off at turn number 4. Here comes Dale Blaney in the 2nd spot. Brooke Tattle still racing 3rd. That battle for 4th is getting hotter. Heskin has it. Here comes Brian Brown to the outside. Brian Brown on the outside now. Clint Garner looking low. Brown to the bottom. Big run off of turn 2.
Brian Brown had a big run, but he nearly ran right into the back bumper of the 56 now. Has to go to the high side, entering turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, Heskin on the bottom. Brown on the high side. Davey Heskin has a position, but Brian Brown still right there in the 21. What a race!
He's wearing the back bumper of that 56 out as he goes to the top side of turn number 2 now. He'll take a look down the back straightaway. Heskin now tries to pull away from Brian Brown. Brownie reeled him in a big run to the top side of turns 3 and 4. Side by side in turn number 4.
Like mud on a pig. Brian Brown all over the 56 now as they're side by side at the line. It is barely Brian Brown over Davey Heskin as Brown continues to pound the cushion. They are reeling in Brooke Tattle now as Blaney starting to reel in your race leader at the front of the field.
Good race in that 3rd, 4th, and 5th spot. Jamie Veal still leading, but Dale Blaney now closing the gap. Nearly a second advantage for Jamie Veal. It was well over 2. Down the back straightaway, Jamie Veal has lap traffic ahead as they race toward 3.
The big game 3 stands number 1 agent Dale Blaney starting to close in on the Indy Race Parts number 71 of Jamie Veal. This time at the start finish line, advantage Veal 0.7 seconds as they are on again for the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th spots.
You've got a 3-car battle for the 4th spot down the back straightaway. Now Clint Garner's in the mix. He'll move by Heskin. He'll go to the bottom of turn number 3. Taking a look at Brian Brown. Here comes the powder blue 40. Clint Garner on the move.
Clint Garner on the bottom side. Brian Brown going to edge him out at the line. Brown slams the door on him now. Hangs it out in the middle of the racetrack. Able to hold off the charge of Garner though. Wow, Brown in that 21. And
Yellow.
Matt Morrow in the Casey's General Store number 2M slowing down the front straightaway, and Brown had a huge run going on Tatnall right as the caution came out.
Well, what a dogfight between Brian Brown, Clint Garner, and Davey Heskin race fans. Matt Morrow rolling to a stop on the top side of turn number 1. Tough break for the Casey's. Tony Morrow powder coating Carl's Performance Rib Shack, car number 2M. Jamie Veal setting the pace. Dale Blaney looking on in the 2nd spot. Brooke Tatnall right there in 3rd. Nose to tail, nearly pushing him through turn 4. On the gas, Veal comes to the white line, down to the cone, green flag waves.
The Indy Race Parts number 71 taking back off into the race lead now. Look at Brian Brown. He's going to roll to the outside, tries to get the run of Tatnall. He's got 3rd. Does he have enough for 2nd on the back straightaway? They will roll into turns 3 and 4. Brown down to the bottom. Dale Blaney, you've got company. It's Brian Brown. Wow!
They touch wheels in turn number 4. Can you believe it? Down into turn number 1. Dale Blaney still has 2nd. Now Brian Brown to the bottom of turn number 2. Clint Garner in the 4th spot now, reeling him in as they work down the back straightaway.
Wayne Johnson upside down hard in the 2C over in turns 1 and 2. Red lights blink on. Holy cow, race fans! What a race! And good news from over in turns 1 and 2. Wayne Johnson out of his race car and walking away.
All right, guys, down here with Wayne Johnson. Wayne, what happened out there?
I just drove it in there too hard, trying too hard. Really stinks for my guys. You know, they work really hard for this 360 Nationals. We just built that car in the last 2 days, and it looks like it's a heap of shit right now, but probably won't be back tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be back Sunday and see if we can have a little better car. We're just too tight there behind all those guys, but before that I think we're all right, but something got bent there with that deal with Martin on the start, other than just the wing, but just too tight there, kind of goofy, but just trying too hard is all it was. I should have probably just rode around there and took my time, but here's what it is.
The bottom line, you're okay though?
Oh, I'm perfect.
All right, guys, no delay here on the speakers, but Wayne is all right.
It's going to be good, Brian. We've got a dogfight. 7 laps in the top 5 is anybody's game.
Right now, it may as well be the top 7 because you got Heskin all the way back to the 7th spot here as we get ready to roll off of turn number 4. Jamie Veal in the 71-year race leader. He'll begin to pick up the pace off the exit of turn number 4. Blaney in tow.
Down the front straightaway, Jamie Veal gets by the cone. Brian Brown goes to the top side. Dale Blaney right through the middle. Down, Brownie ducks to the inside of the racetrack. He'll go to the bottom of turn number 2, side by side with Blaney. Brian Brown now up to second, taking a look at the lead in turn 3.
Brown will go to the high side. Jamie Veal rolls right to the middle of the racetrack through turns 3 and 4. Brown with a run now, ducks down to the inside, down the front straightaway. Battle for the lead, this time into turns 1 and 2. Jamie Veal down to the bottom. Brian Brown over the high side. Veal's going to hold strong up top.
Brian Brown still running in that second spot now, trying to close in, going to turn 3 now to the inside of turns 3 and 4. Your race is for the lead. Slide job. Brian Brown takes the lead. Now Veal back to the inside. He'll take the lead down the first straightaway.
Jamie Veal back into the race lead. They slide into turns 1 and 2. Veal going to slide himself a little bit now as they bolt to the back straightaway. Brian Brown trying to build momentum to the back straightaway. They'll work into turn 3. Jamie Veal again turns down to the bottom side. Brings it back out to the cushion off of turn number 4. Brian Brown, here comes the 21.
Clint Garner in the 3rd spot, now the car number 40, then Dale Blaney and Dusty Zomer rounding out your top 5. Brownie up on the top of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Time is running out. This time by will be 3 laps to go.
Dusty Zomer looking to the inside of Dale Blaney. Now Blaney having a really rough restart here as he's starting to fall out through the field. And Zomer going to make the pass for the 4th spot. We go back up to the race lead. Veal has found something here. He's sliding himself at both ends of the racetrack, entering low and then sliding out across the racetrack. He's able to keep the momentum of Brian Brown at bay right now, but Brown is about to have company as here comes the 40 machine down to the inside line.
Well, you said it right. Jamie Veal's found in the middle. Brian Brown is stuck up on the top of the racetrack. Here comes Garner to the inside, nice and smooth through turn number 2. Brown down to the middle of turn number 2, down the back sheet. Now they'll nearly touch wheels. Brown shuts the door on Clint Garner in turn 3. Here comes Brownie to the top side. Garner still right there, battle for second.
27 times Clint Garner has gone to victory lane here in Knoxville. He's trying to make it 28 here tonight. He works to the inside of Brian Brown. He's up to second. The white flag is out one more time around Knoxville.
Down the back straightaway for the final time. Jamie Veal through the middle of turn 3. Garner on the bottom. Will he have enough time? Clint Garner taking a look at the lead. Brian Brown in 3rd, and Jamie Veal will win lap number 2. Clint Garner comes home 2nd, and Brian Brown finishing in the 3rd spot. Jamie Veal doing a nice job of finding the middle late in the race to hold back Brian Brown, and then challenging Clint Garner to come home for the checkers. Clint Garner finishing 3rd, Brian Brown 4th, Dusty Zomer, then Dale Blaney rounding out your top 5.
As we'll see if he makes the turn into victory lane, he does. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the Indy Race Parts number 71 of Jamie Veal.
Well, as he gets ready to climb out of the car, he's got his helmet off. He's talking to the crew, and he is about to make his way out of the Indy Race Parts car number 71, the Ryder engine, as tonight's big winner, night number 2. Race fans, he's climbing up top. Your winner is Jamie Veal. So Dave Arnerbright will be getting in there to get a word from tonight's winner. So we'll get Jamie Veal up onto the victory podium there for the first time in his career. Your future winner now from with Chris Price.
Thanks, Tony. Down here, Jamie Veal, congratulations tonight, getting the win here tonight. Talk about the victory here.
Yeah, it was at the start there, a bit of clean air helped me heaps. Got this jump 3 or 4 times, but yeah, got a bit nervous there. This last 7 to go with Brown. I seen he picked up a few and Garner picking up a few. So didn't leave much buffer, and their experience around here is second to none. So can't thank the Indy Race Parts team enough for giving me the opportunity to come here, and all the boys, Dylan, Neil, for doing a great job.
You had a top 5 here July 30th, and now tonight you get the win in the 360 class. Talk about the experience coming in these last 2 nights and the confidence you have going into tomorrow night now.
As I said, we've had a good car here for the last 4 or 5 times, so you know, it's just good to finally get a win at Knoxville, even 360, and go from there.
Jamie Veal, guys, getting the win here tonight on night number 2. Tony?
Thanks, Chris, and again, congratulations to Jamie Veal, tonight's big winner. Seth Bergman will finish 11th here tonight, Carson McCarl 12th, Gregor Phillips 13th, Russell 14th, Justin Sanders 15th, Don Brown Jr. 15th, and Harley White will be scored as the 17th and final car running at the checkers. Calvin Landis will be scored 18th tonight, Wayne Johnson 19th, Matt Morrow 20th, Jack Heisenfield 21st, Billy Alley 22nd. Y'all enjoy the racing action here at the Arnold Motor Supply 360 Knoxville Nationals presented by Great Southern Bank. Tomorrow is going to be a fantastic day here as we crown a champion for 2016, and we look forward to seeing you all here tomorrow. Again, you're invited to come out early and spend the day here at the Knoxville Raceway. There'll be lots going on in the finish zone and the food area, the food court. The Racing Boys will have their broadcast at 5 o'clock tomorrow night in the food court area. Of course, you're invited over to the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum tomorrow. And just enjoy the great day here in the Knoxville area. For Chris Cook and Ian Field, Ryan Hope, for everyone watching online, decision and listening at the Racing Boys, thanks so much for joining us here tonight. Night number 2, your winner at the Arnold Supply 360 Knoxville Nationals presented by Great Southern Bank is Jamie Veal. Good night, everyone.
I'll take one. Thanks for you guys, what you guys do. Thank you.
No, that was for 3rd place. That was 3rd place.
On this side.
It's his shout. You guys are bossing. You guys didn't run 20 laps. Right here.